Hey there, fellow Factorians. Onerous here with another episode of Let's Learn Bobs and Angels. We are in the episode 50 something, I guess 54 from memory, and things are starting to get a little bit difficult. Well, difficult might not be the wrong word, but some of the things we've set up earlier are starting to show some problems. And one of them, which I've just fixed up off camera, but I thought I'd just run it through quickly here, was our setup here for raw gas and crude. So initially we set this up to get the raw gas to make plastic because we were running low on plastic. Currently though, plastic is like backing up because we've got all this plastic coming in now from our other, sorry, over here somewhere, yeah, our other plastic source. Now, what that meant was this was filling up, and so the crude was empty because this gas and oil separators couldn't actually get rid of any of their raw gas. So what I've set up is here, rather than having a permanent overflow valve, which is if it's more than 80% just burn it off, I've actually given it a little bit of logic, which I think works pretty darn well. And so what we're looking at here is for the raw gas, if raw gas is greater than 340,000 and crude is less than 500, then we enable this pump, which burns it off. Honestly, we don't actually need a valve there, so that just burns it off until this drops below 340. As soon as this drops below 340, it turns off, and we can see that. So 340 output of green, less than 500 output of green. Two greens make a right, make a tick, and a tick greater than 0 means we start burning it off. Now likewise over here, if the crude gets more than 340,000 and we've got less than 500 raw gas, so if the crude is backing up and stopping the raw gas from operating, then likewise burn that off. So that means if this fills up to like 350, but there's still 20k of crude, we're not actually burning this off, which would otherwise happen in these arrangements here. So that's got everything operational again, and yay for that. Now, what I want to do today, I think, is continue on our way to basic electronic circuits. To get there, we need a few things, most of which we've got. Yes, I was just researching it. Electronic circuits. There we go. Basic electronic circuits. So we've got solder. Yes. We've got basic circuit boards. Yes. Yeah, here we are. Basic components. For that we need carbon, which we have, and tin copper, which is just copper and tin plate. So we actually have everything we need to make this happen. Now we just need to bring it all together. And we are looking quite interesting for space. I'm going to do it up here, I think. Do I have any fuel? Ooh. I do not have a whole lot of fuel. That's all right. We'll build a fueling station as part of this, if we can actually get there. How's our? Oh yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Ah, plenty of fuel left. All right. So, I did not prepare this in advance, meaning we need to go through and put all the basics together. All right. Looks like it was that way. There we go. Let's get this built, and we are going to again steal this setup here. But for now, we just need a tee off, and look, we'll pop it here. So we don't need those because they get different signaling. There we go. All right. So while they're doing that, we can then go and grab this guy over here. Wonderful. And paste him down there. Nope. Oop. I think I got too close. There we go. That's better. And then, of course, that needs to change to a chain signal. All right. Let's get the rest of these over here sorted. Now, so the inputs we need again was carbon, tin plate, and copper plate, wasn't it? Copper plate and tin plate for that, and whoops, and carbon. Went too far. And carbon. Yes. So there's 3 inputs and the 1 output. So let's get these in here, and while that's happening, let's pick up some of these stations. Alright. Yeah, actually, this is pretty crazy, but that whole thing is what we need. We actually need another one, don't we? So we need 3 things coming in. There we go. Alright. These bots are going to be hard at work. And the one thing just need to check is to manage our positioning, so we just do kind of 1 station at a time. So as these bots are about their journeys, let's have a little bit of a think about some other things. So our power is actually looking pretty good, and we've got a bunch more of this stuff that we could be putting in. Yeah, I think so. What's going on there? Wow, we're out of radar range. Interesting. Let us put a radar down here. Yeah, that should catch it. All right. Did I place that? I did. We'll fill the rest of that in later. All right, that's pretty good. These ones being just a bit closer to the base means that the construction bots don't have to run so far. Anyway, once that gets built, we'll fill in the rest of that. Meanwhile, our bots are. Oops, I just walked into the other zone. There we go. All right. Come on, guys. Get you guys going again. And let's see, why is this not happening? Sure, we've got them. Ah, there we go. We can see our little guy over here on his way in. Oh yeah, look. Power honestly is not an issue at the moment. There we go. Got a few more of those in, and yeah, pretty much got the full thing of that. Why? No, we don't need that robot port. That's fine. Everything is covered. Actually going quite nicely with the roboports. We'll just keep this going, shall we? Yeah, that'll be good. Alright. How are we going back here? Yeah, looking like we are very close up. We need to build a passive provider for the fueling station. And then pop it down. Beautiful. Let's get this roboport in. Yep. That one in, and drop off a few of these guys. Okay, that train got a little bit ahead of itself. Let us connect that up for it so it can get out. And then we'll get back to making these stations. Alright, so first of all we want some carbon. So this is going to be called, what are we making here? Electrical what are they called? They're not resistors. They've got the resistor thing. They're called electrical components. Alright. Elect component carbon unloading. Beautiful. Let's pop down these so we can get some naming happening. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So this is electrical component. It's going to be tin plate, tine plate, and this is going to be copper plates. Beautiful. All right. So that is our plan. And what are we doing with all this? Well, I don't think I have enough trains on me, do I? No, I do not. Alright, let's get this area here finished off. While that's happening, let's quick check. This is going, missing materials, that's alright. That'll just keep our guys happy for a while. Let's have a look at our power just quickly. We are running through the accumulators in the 1 hour. We have used a little bit of steam engines, but that the issue with the crude oil meant that we weren't getting solid fuel. So that's why this has been empty for that whole time, because there was no solid fuel available. And as you can see, our accumulators were getting charged by the solar, but only barely. So there was just a tiny bit here where they were all right towards the end here. So that's why I am putting in some additional solars. Okay, we're 1 silo short. That's probably not a bad idea for us to just head back at this point and restock on things. Now the other thing I need is, of course, I need to get some fuel. Thankfully we've had our fuel train appear and is willing to help me out there. Alright. Oh, I somehow had 50 fuel. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the logic bots. The logibots. They provided me with the goods anyway. Okay. So we need some more silos. I guess I'll just put in a request for a regular silo. Let's say we do use a fair few of them on these outposts. Let's put 20 in for that. Who are we waiting on? Have I already got one parked there that I... Yeah, I do. Look at that. Look at that friendly train. Alright. Let's rip that guy up. Let's rip that guy up. How much solid fuel we've got now. So we get our silos. Get rid of that. All this other crap. Keep collecting crap that I'm just putting in storage, never to see again. Alright. So the next thing we need is, we've got 50 of those, which is nice. We probably don't need those ever again, but having these at this point is actually surprisingly handy. Some tracks, don't need those, don't need those. Alright. No, none to that. Let's not get too caught up on what we've got here. Now, so there's a bunch of guys waiting to charge. Is that because we're out of power? No, it is not. Yeah, so our production is way up now that the steam engines are running. Accumulators are barely going, but let's just let these guys do their thing. A lot of seem to have a lot of asserters coming from storage. Not sure why that is. Anyway, let's get a few more of these things now. What I actually needed some carriages, didn't I? Because our request for carriages is only at 10. That is why I am here. Alright, let's grab another 3, another 10. Let's put those 3 back. Well, let's use them, sure. We're not wasting time at all. No. No, sorry. Alright, I probably could have left one of these trains here, couldn't I? But I picked them both up because I'm foolish. Alright, let's get back to it. Okay, there. Looks good. And while we travel, I'm going to have a sip of coffee. Look at that. The rail system is working. Yeah, see, we've got a bit of congestion here again. Just because that train that was in front of us goes a bit slower. And because all these intersections have chain signals, if you put too many intersections together, they just become one big section. And that is bad. That's real bad for our throughput. Alright, let's get a train here for whatever this one is, carbon. Carbon. Okay. We've got a few of these. Carbon, my friend, where are you? Carbon, carbon, carbon. There it is in petrochem. Yeah, here we go. Back with the clicking. Now, one thing I haven't actually really looked into is that stuff. Yeah. All right, but that's a problem for another day. Okay, so I need you to go all the way down to our carbon section and fill up, and then whoops, got too many stations. I can't pick it from a list. And come back to here and empty. That is pretty sweet. Make sure I'm clear of it. Go about your merry way, buddy. Alright, wait for that one to disappear. Let's pop these guys down. Now you are tin plates. Alright. Let's get these carriages. And get you on the tin plate. Here we are. Da-de-da-de-da. Clicking randomly in the least efficient manner possible. That's how I like to roll. Alright. You are going to go down to... that's lead. No, that should be tin plate, one of these. Here we go, tin plate. Tin plate loading. Let's copy you and paste your colouring here. Ugh, it's disgusting, isn't it? Tin plate loading. Carbon ore. Ugh. Who names these things? And then tin plate unloading. Alright, fill up and empty. And off you go. Now, why wasn't that working? That is a good question. There is 10k in there, which is pretty good, but what is going on here is that, again, we're out of tin ore. Why are we out of tin ore? What's backing up here? Nothing's backing up here, it is just incredibly slow. Alright. That is good-ish, I guess. Now you are copper plate, copper plate, copper plate. Now what am I looking for? I'm not looking for copper plate, I'm looking for carriages. Copper plate. And then we will have everything we need to make our basic electronic components. There we go. Alright. Now you are going down all the way over to here. I think now that I think about it, we've only got a double train for copper plate, don't we? Yes, we do. Alright. This is going to be not a problem, of course. Just a little different. So let's do that. Let's get rid of that. I can't put warehouses in here, unfortunately, because I have enough space. You guys get cut. Deleted. There we go. Alright. So we do that, we do that. And we'll remove... Whoop, what am I doing? Alt-D, there we go. Paste there and there. Okay, probably do need to remove all of that, but hey. There we go. And these guys run down to here. So there gives us our 4 outs for copper. Alright, we got some tin plate coming in. Yeah, you're good for fuel. Okay, so you're making the huge trip down to copper plate land. Copper plate loading. And fill yourself up. And then come on home and empty your cargo. Now just make sure I'm not in the way. Beautiful. Go. Okay. Now we have some of the things. Looks like our carbon might actually be running a bit low. 43, 43, 43. Whoa! This first one, for some reason, has absolutely nothing. There there must be a train that's only picking up from this one. I wonder if there's a way that we can even these out. That is an interesting question. One for another time. For now, we need to figure out how to use these. So, let's make a little setup that makes electronic components. Basic electronic components need... they take 2 seconds, and they need 1 tinned copper wire and 1 carbon. Oh, I lost alt mode. Okay, so a tinned copper wire takes 3 copper cables and 1 tin plate. And it needs to be done for this, if we want to do direct insertion, which I kind of do, that needs to be done in 2 seconds. And then that means that we could quite easily do this. So 3 in 2 seconds, yep, that's 4 in 2 seconds, which feeds into that. Alright, but how do we bring the things in? We need tin for that one. We need carbon for that one. And we need copper for that one. That kind of thing would work, wouldn't it? If we did that, and then we have inserters doing that, and you're actually, you can be a little bit higher. That and that. Now does that. We only need 1 here. All right. So that brings the copper in. One of these reaching low would bring in that and that. And then one of these reaching low brings in that and that. So we have carbon coming in here, we have tin coming in here, and we have copper coming in here. Now, what are the ratios of these materials? I didn't say here, but 1 tin copper wire in 2 seconds takes 1.5 copper plate, 1 tin plate, and 1 carbon. So the copper is 1.5, and these are both 1. So we can do 10 of these on one copper belt. Of course, yeah, that seems all right. Now, if I remember correctly, we can actually fit 3 of these within the realms of a medium electric pole. Yes, I do remember correctly. And then you are outputting that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That looks like a pretty good setup. I feel like that's kind of space for it is not ideal when we could be doing it up this way. Yep, come on bots, rip that out. Don't expect any local bots to help you. Alright, so I'm going to do it up this way. Something a little bit different. No. Yeah, here I am. And then this will actually be downwards facing. The output. Alright. So that is 3, and what I say we can do 10. Well, there is 9. Yep. And somewhere there is 10. Okay, now the real test is, does this work? And do you know what I've kind of lucked into is the arrangement of these is just a little bit too perfect, isn't it? You know what, I'm going to bring this one right down here. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Bring it up here. like that. There we go. And you go into there. And then you are going into there. Alright, now, if this had power, this would work. Of course it does not. Now it does. Let's see, what are we waiting on? The copper. And here comes the copper. That is getting held up by the copper, but that's okay because this is the one which just needs to keep it, and it does. Alrighty, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This needs to have sort of every second one offset. There we go, alright. Just to keep this going. And I'm going to bring this right down to the bottom, which is actually a terrible place for it because then I can't jump across. And we need a loading station. We don't need one of those loading stations, that's ridiculous. Now I did do one which was, here we go. I feel like one carriage of these will be ample. No, I don't really want that one though. Alright. Ah, man, every single time. Every single time. Alright. Let us try that again. I didn't collect it that time, and remember to hit the yes. Yes, I do want to copy that. Alrighty. Yeah, let's just give it one little gap. Like that. Alright, I'm going to make this a warehouse though, just because I am crazy. That does seem crazy, doesn't it? Why would I ever need to store that much? There we go, alright. Now you are changing a little bit. There we go, alright. We can just bring this kind of straight down, can't we? Not straight down there, though, it has to be down here. Yeah, whatever. In there, fast stack inserters, yes. Pick up from there, drop off there, and you pick up from there and drop off there. And there. Alright. Now, you are not Mako, of course. You are electrical component loading. And then we have it. One yellow belt of electrical components. Do we have any more? We use 30 of them. Okay. I am going to go back and we'll put in a second row of that because I feel like we should. Alright. So let's put in a request again for 50 of these. Actually, let's be a little smarter and just get 30 of them. That's all we need for a second belt. And while we're over here, we'll have a look at C, because last episode we did start making some red belts. How is our red belt situation looking? Where are our belts? It is looking amazing, isn't it? I think we're ready. I think we're ready to convert over. That sounds crazy, but it's happening. Alright. Our next outpost, I guess, will be based on red belts, which is really going to change the supply issues for other things. I'm not sure if we should be doing that just yet. But really, why are we making red belts if we're not going to use them? That is the question. Okay, let's get rid of these. See if there is room for that. Room for that. No, there's not. Of course there's not. You got room for that. Is this one not set up on the network? Let's go with our... These are less than 100. Pump some in there. Now we can clear that. Okay. So let's grab that. Let's grab 1,000 of these. And let's grab 100 of them. And then let's put that in our requests. Alright. 100 of them. 1,000 of them. And 50 of them. Beautiful. And now we are on red belt territory. Which means we actually need another 30 of these. Okay. Alright. This is going to change things significantly, but we'll see how it goes in this quick test in the time that we do not have left to not rebuild, but extend this section. What is the time? We are actually out of time. Tell you what, I'm going to extend this section. Feel free to jump off now. All I'm going to do is just add this section in here with red belts. If you are jumping off now, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll see you tomorrow. Otherwise, let's get back in and get this new red belt up and running. So, a red belt, hey? What are we going to do with that? I don't really want to. Honestly, I don't think we need to red belt this. But now we don't have any yellow belts. Oh, sad days indeed. I guess we're red belting it. Only because we have no yellow belts left. Oh boy. Well, this is the day. This is always the problem when we start moving on. Let's get these belts and these belts. Whoops. Where am I? These undergrounds and these undergrounds and these splitters and these splitters. And you're going to red, you're going to red, 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 and red. Alright. So that way if we come across any super old stuff, we'll be able to handle it. Alright. These are all different too, of course. Red, red, red. There we go. Okay. That one can now jump all the way to there. Yeah, that's pretty good. That one can jump all the way to there. And that one can jump all the way to there. Now, first things first, let's get this up here a little bit. You're in there. You're in there. And you're in... Not there. Don't do that, please. Don't do that. Alright. And the reason why I do that is because I don't want to do that. Something like that. Oops, what have I done? There we go. Hitting 3 and nothing's happening. And then if we upgrade this to a red belt, that is actually 1 red belt's output. Alright. Let's do that. Now, can this support a full red belt? The throughput of my little single stack inserter here. You can see that it is slowing down just a little bit. I mean, it's pretty damn close. If we get another stack size upgrade, then yeah, that'll be fine. All right. I'm going to call that a win. Of course, we do need to do that, and never forget that. All right, make sure that we have separated that all out. Yep, beautiful. That is it, and we have really not used our definitely not used our red belts to their capacity here. Apart from the fact that we're actually missing one there. But hey, what I didn't look at was these are actually outputting 5 a second. So these are outputting 5 every 2 seconds. So that is 2.5 a second times 10 is 25. This actually is a red belt, almost. Okay, let's fix that up. We are actually utilising our red belts, as it turns out. We'll keep that balancing going. I'm not sure if this is actually going to fit here. No, it is not. So don't do that. Do that. There we go. All right. There and there. Okay. You're dropping off there and picking up there, and you're dropping off there and picking up there. Big spots. Alright, there we have it. That is going to fill up very quickly with a lot of components. That is wonderful. And we have component for days. That actually is pretty much it was 25 items a second, so it shouldn't, for some reason it shouldn't be. Probably we got just these backed up because they weren't outputting at their full rate, but that'll wear down and then we'll have just slightly less than a red belt out. So that is actually really nice. Okay, if you stuck with me to the end, congratulations, you saw the fact that we are making a red belt worth of components. Guess what, next episode we're ready to make basic electronic circuits. Yes, exciting times. Bit of a teaser. Look at that, we've got everything we need. We just need to put it together. So that is what's in store. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts, how we're going, any other things we can change. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Well, also, if you do leave a comment, I'll see you tomorrow as well. Goodbye.